So you see what you say, so I'm back before we get to it. Make sure you like and subscribe, but you always watch for video. Make sure you, hey, this shit is getting crazy, dog.
New details just released about the identity of the person found wrapped in plastic discovered in the trunk of a singer's car. We're breaking down the latest and where the investigation stands now, as the singer's rep maintains that he's fully cooperating with the investigation. Thanks for joining us on.
It's just for this, it's just too many like coincidence, like the tattoo, the little clips of y'all being together. I mean, oh well, him being with a girl that looks like her, and then she's in your car.
On Crime, I'm Elizabeth Milner. Investigators say the remains were of a 15-year-old girl who was reported missing last year. But even with this new lead at this time, police are keeping tight-lipped if they have a suspect or a person of interest. Earlier this month, employees at a tow yard in Hollywood noticed a strong odor coming from one of the cars. The smell was so strong and foul, they had no choice but to call police. When officers arrived, that's when the startling discovery was made. A body was wrapped in plastic and dumped in the vehicle's trunk. When investigators dug into who that car belonged to, they learned it was registered to the singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. Officials say that the car was towed from the Hollywood Hills after someone reported it missing. Investigators believe that the body was put in the trunk about 5 days before it was towed to the impound lot. Now, initially, we didn't know much.
I think this is my speculation. Something happened between them. It might have been she might have got pregnant, or she probably wanted to cut the nigga off, and he wasn't going for it. Because for you to be a grown man dealing with a kid, that's already within itself crazy and wrong. So I wouldn't put nothing past you.
Including who was the victim. Did the victim have ties to the singer? Was the singer a person of interest or a suspect? We're still waiting to learn more, but now investigators reportedly identified who the victim is. We're learning this week that the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner ID'd the victim as a 15-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas. According to LAPD, the victim was 5'2", had wavy hair, and a tattoo on her right index finger that says shh. She was found wearing a tube top, black leggings, an earring, and a yellow metal chain bracelet. According to a report,
And it's a video. It's a video of him in the mall, and a girl had this same hoodie on. Well, it's just a common hoodie, but it's like it was the hair, the hoodie, the fact that she's with you. Like this shit is weird.
black leggings, an earring, and a yellow metal chain bracelet. According to a report by TMZ, though, the singer David also had that exact same tattoo on his right index finger. But that doesn't necessarily equal murder suspect. It might be an odd coincidence, especially with other celebs like Lindsay Lohan, Rihanna, and Lily Allen sporting the same tat. Here's what else we know about 15-year-old Celeste. Her mom told local reporters she had been missing for more than a year. Her mom said when she saw the news of the body found in David's Tesla, it was suspicious to her because her daughter's boyfriend's name was also David. Little is known
Like,
at this
come
time.
on, bro. It's he got way like look. If he is 100% innocent, that'd be crazy because it's too many coincidences, bro. Too many. And then like the photo that he posted of him with whatever girl that was, why is she always hiding? Why is she always hidden? It's always like some weird shit.
About the events leading up to Celeste going missing. According to a missing poster, she was last seen on April 5th of 2024 in Lake Elsinore, California. That was when she was 13 years old. She was last seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. Attorneys for the singer say that he continues to cooperate with the
Yeah, I see it.
investigation. While authorities haven't publicly said that he is a suspect, that hasn't stopped some people from jumping to their own conclusions. Some eagle-eyed fans pointed to David's previous songs as some kind of clues or messages, like Romantic Homicide, for example. His lyrics
And that he got a song titled Celeste. That I think it was released on her birthday.
include, "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you." Now, that song was released in 2022, 2 years before Celeste went missing and 3 years before her body was discovered. But again, it didn't stop some people from speculating. Then, in another report from TMZ released Wednesday, the singer professed his love to someone named Celeste in an unreleased song. According to the report, those unreleased tracks included the lyrics, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." The other verse included the lyrics, "Oh Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed, but I digress because." Now, according to the report, that song was leaked in December of 2023, just months before Celeste was officially reported missing. And it's important to note, no official confirmation Celeste in the leaked song is the same Celeste found in the car. Companies like Crocs and Hollister pulled their marketing campaigns after Celeste's body was discovered too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's that. I guess that's why he's not an official suspect. But it's like it's too many coincidences, bro. It's just too many, like back to back. Like unless
In a joint statement, the brands wrote, "We are aware of this developing story. With respect to the current situation, we have removed campaign content featuring David while the investigation continues." According to a previous report by TMZ, it was police who told David that there was a body inside his Tesla because he had no idea what was going on. But it's still unclear how the car registered to him ended up in a tow lot if it wasn't even reported missing. Again, the singer's rep says that he has been cooperating, but we learned today he's pausing his current world tour. According to TMZ, he was supposed to hit the stage in Seattle for a concert, but sources tell the outlet that concert was canceled and the rest of his tour is on pause. Following the latest in the investigation, ABC7 Eyewitness News reports a house close to where the Tesla was abandoned was searched. Dozens of investigators were reportedly seen taking a computer and other items from a home in Hollywood. Some homeowners told the news outlet they remembered seeing that Tesla for a while, either parked at the house where police conducted their search or at other spots on the same street. But as of this recording, he isn't named as a suspect, and no criminal charges have been filed against him. So the mystery and investigation continues. I'm joined now by retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt. Colin, thank you so much for joining me. What's your reaction to this latest development as the medical examiner says that the body found in the trunk was a 15-year-old girl?
Well, it looks like it's a terrible, terrible tragedy for that.
I just pray like nigga, like if that was me, nigga, I understand. I understand. I have like prior engagement with this tour. But nigga, a body was just found in my car, and it's a teenager. I'm on it, bro. Yeah. We gotta go figure this out, like ASAP, like before the next show. Let's figure this out now. And there's like it's rumors of him paying other teenagers off for them not to say that they seen them two together.
15-year-old girl's family is obviously the victim, and then the fact that she was found in a trunk, it indicates that there's some level of foul play with this, and it's only going to get more interesting and probably more tragic as the story comes out.
And I think probably, the biggest part of this story is that the car that the victim was found in was registered to a very popular singer. And we know that the singer is cooperating with the investigation, and officials haven't named him as a suspect or a person of interest. But in your opinion, with the information that we know now, do you think that he has anything to do with it?
Well, the problem is for whoever did this, a Tesla is nothing more than a rolling supercomputer. So it's going to
and it got cameras on it, recorded and everything.
Have all kinds of information in there when they get and when the engineers get in and get all the data. So I'm confident they're going to know exactly what happened in a very short period of time. And then the fact that there's such a close connection between the decedent and this rapper, it's only going to get more interesting, like I said, as far as what really happened.
And it's interesting, too, kind of the circumstances as we're learning more, because the victim's mom even told police that she got suspicious it was her daughter because her daughter also had a boyfriend named David. Do you think that that's just a terrible coincidence? And also, we're learning that they both had this tattoo on their index finger with the letters "sh" written on it, kind of similar to a lot of other.
Like, in my opinion, if it wasn't like them little images of him with a girl that looks just like her, if it wasn't for them, and it was just been this tattoo was a, like she said, a common tattoo that I think I probably know somebody that person that had this tattoo too. I might be. I think their tattoo was faded though. But if it was just a tattoo and the boyfriend name, because again, it's like David is a common name. It could have been like, hey, she's so infatuated like with him that she went and damn near try to base her life around certain things that he does. Like, let me get a person that's with his name. Let me get the same tattoo. But it's just it's them images that's like, nah, dog. Like, and the fact that in all the images she's always hiding. Like she's hiding behind a purse. She's like, it's just too much, bro.
Celebrities, especially kind of in the millennial era, who also had that same tattoo. But do you think this is all just a terrible coincidence?
Well, unfortunately, in violent crime, there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's a coincidence is actual circumstantial evidence. So all these data points are starting to point towards this rapper. We don't know what his role was. And with if indeed he did have anything to do with it, but it does appear that there's some sort of culpability that this rapper is going to have with this girl's death.
And where does the investigation or investigators really go from here? You know, they know the identity of the victim. The cause of death right now is listed as deferred, but what happens next?
How do you deferred?
Well, the most important piece of evidence is the body. The body tells the entire story. So, as I understand it from social media, that the medical examiner has not finished their investigation, and then the next step of that would be obviously the toxicology reports, which take a couple of days to a couple of weeks to get back, and then that's going to point the investigators in the direction of where to take their next steps, as well as the search of the interior of the compartment that she was found in and the passenger compartment, because if there was any blood or any signs of foul play or violence, then that obviously points into a direction that they need to go.
And what's going to be more important to the investigation, finding out what happened inside that car, if anything happened inside that car, or the forensic evidence in the car, or is it going to be finding where the scene of the crime actually took place and kind of working backwards really from there?
Well, working backwards is from the body, and the body will start is basically points all the directional arrows, so to speak, on where to go, and then from there, obviously, they go and do a forensic analysis of that car, and then, like I said, the most important piece of that car is that onboard computer, which has so much information that even Tesla owners don't know what the extent of the information that car.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I would not be driving. I mean, illegal. I wouldn't be driving that car doing nothing illegal, boy. I think that car is recording. It got cameras everywhere. Like,
has on it, and I'm fairly confident that the owner of the car wasn't sophisticated enough to know how to wipe or to get rid of that information that's on that car.
Does it change anything? You know, we know the Tesla car is like kind of like a smart car. And even though I'm not as technologically savvy as you are, Colin, I'm interested in knowing, does it change anything in terms of the investigation because the car was towed over into that impound lot? Does that change anything in terms of the data that might be on that car or anything like that?
The car probably, wherever it was left at, it probably died right there. So whatever is on the car is on it. It's like you have your phone. Whatever is on your phone, when it turn off, that's what's on the phone.
No, I mean, when the car is on, it's gathering thousands and thousands of data points. Now, it was off, basically, we can presume that it was on up until the time it was towed. So they know where it was when it was towed to that. So the tow part isn't really mean anything other than chain of custody. So from the time that it was sitting there or towed back 24, 48, or even 2 weeks, they're going to be able to know exactly where that car was, whether it was an accident. There's even cameras, interior and exterior, that are taking footage. So they're going to...
Told y'all. Come on, bro. It's a camera right on the iPad. Or the screen thing. That's an iPad to me, but... y'all know what I'm saying. It's a come on, bro. It's right there. Come on. How you think the car is able to see when something is on side of you. It'll show you exactly what's there. Like it's this type of car. It's this type of truck. It's a plant. It's a trash can. Come on, bro. Like that car is too smart, dog. Like, but in this situation, good thing.
End up likely knowing who was in the
Somebody,
car prior
somebody
to
did
being
this.
disposed of.
And say, because we know that this is also, again, a very, very big story because it kind of surrounds the singer David because the car was registered to him. But say investigators learn,
He could be a friend, though.
he has been cooperating with the investigation. Again, he hasn't been named as a suspect or anything like that. But say investigators learn that he was out on tour, or he was at an event or something. He has an alibi for the time frame that they believe the murder took.
That is the only thing. Like, but still, it's like, all right. This said one of his, somebody in his camp did it. Somebody in his camp did it. One, they gonna snitch for sure. But two, they had to do it because something for you. Come on, bro. Like, it got to be either she was trying to leave, and she was going to expose because again she's a teenager. You're wrong, or she was pregnant. Something. But by the fact that they haven't said that yet, I'm gonna say she was trying to leave.
Place. What happens next in terms of how they find possibly who might else be involved in this?
Well, they're also going to find her phone. Possibly, they didn't say whether the phone was on her or not. And then the phone obviously is, especially for a 15-year-old, her whole life is in that phone. So they're going to be able to establish her circle of friends and start interviewing all of those people, as well as interviewing all the people around this rapper to see this music artist, was to see if
All them photos that he got, because he posted a lot of photos of a girl blocking half of her face out. She gonna have the actual photos.
they know anything and they know what exactly happened. I mean, the bottom line is you don't crawl into a car and close the hood. Somebody had to have put her in that car, whether she was alive or dead when it happened. That will be something that the investigators will definitely find out. And I believe it happened in LAPD territory, and they're considered the best homicide investigators in the world. So I have absolute certainty that they're going to determine who did this or what happened.
Yeah, okay.
And even that whole other aspect, 'cause again, we're just learning this information pretty much today, is that she was reported missing about a year ago. How important is that time frame of when she was missing and how long of a period that was? How will that kind of play into her death investigation?
Well, I think that's important that the family lost track of her a year ago, but it still comes right back to that car and what was going on in the car prior to the tow truck picking it up, and then being able to establish the timeline. So in any investigation or violent crime investigation, the timeline is the most important. So they're going to have a
And with the song, he said the song was released, I guess like some time ago, right? I think it said 2022. Probably was. It already rumors that girl that he been messing with her since she was like 11, some shit like that. That's sick as hell. That is sick.
timeline starting from when the car was found or when it was reported, and they'll go back 24, 48, or even 2 weeks, and they'll be able to identify every place that car was and likely where she was. And that'll be, with that, they'll be able to fill in the blanks and then identify who was involved in her death. Now, she may have not been killed. She may have died of a drug overdose and somebody put her in the car. Either way, somebody's responsible for her being in that vehicle.
Yeah, and I'm sure investigators and even her family are trying to find out what happened to her, if they can gather any type of details to figure out what all had happened. Colin, I want to thank you so much for your time and your insight into this case. I did have one final question for you. In terms of investigating a case like this where you have very little to go off of, how different is it to investigate a case like this now in 2025 where you have surveillance cameras, you have smart cars that gather all this technology and information as opposed to maybe like 20 years ago where we didn't have all this technology readily available like we do now?
Well, I think it kind of on its face, it appears cognitively that it should be easier, but in fact, it's actually harder because the investigators are just overloaded with data and information. And at some point, AI will probably be taking a role in these kind of investigations to sift through the mountains of data that these investigators receive from their court orders to Tesla or to the iPhone or wherever, to kind of be able to filter out.
That's dumb. Believe I don't even want to go into detail to start talking about AI, but that is just dumb. They need to leave that shit where it's at. Let's leave that shit there.
All the noise and be able to get to the point. 20 years ago,
Uso.
it was a matter of just going.
Is that what that mean? Does that mean Uso?
And interviewing people and getting their story. Now it's a whole different story with all these data points that investigators have to sift through.
And so with that being said, do you see that there might be a possibly end in sight in terms of the investigation anytime soon, or do you think that this might be a very long investigation?
Well, based upon it was in a Tesla, I would speculate that it's not going to be long. If it was in like a Mustang from the 60s that has no onboard computing ability, it would be kind of a different story. But like I said, that Tesla has so much data in it, and there's so many tools out there that will aid the investigators on getting.
The singer David. Let me see what the fuck at. This guy. This guy David, a girl was found in his car. This girl right here was found in his car unalive. She's 15. He's grown. It's a gang of different rumors or speculations, things that make it seem like they was together. She has his same tattoo on his finger. It's multiple different photos of them two possibly being together. And at the end of the day, she was found unalive in his car. Come on, bro. It's either him or his homie. Come on, bro. Him or his homie. She was with y'all. She overdosed, like he just said, and she put herself, or they put her in the car, or it's something. Come on, bro. Like, there's no, like, for you to go in the trunk and you pass away. Somebody was with you. Just say you doing like a challenge, right? Let's see how long we can stay in the trunk, whatever. You do that, somebody was still right there with you. You didn't just do it on your own. Like, I'm gonna hop in this trunk and see how long I can be here, knowing it's no emergency lights on. Nobody's doing that. Somebody put her in this car, and somebody put her in the car for a reason. It's either she was pregnant or she was trying to leave the David dude. Let me know what you think. What you think about it? If you want to watch the full video, it's gonna be on my podcast, Rich Stone Media. Let me see. Man, condolences to her and her family. Make sure you be safe. Catch you next one.